Hey guys, Todd Falcone. Welcome to toddfalcone.com. And well, I guess I'm pretty serious most of the time, even though I layer a bunch of humor into my seminar trainings that I do. But today's a really serious conversation to have. And here's the thing. You are in this business because you're looking to create a situation. Now, I'm assuming here, okay? I'm assuming that you're in this business, the business of network marketing, because you want to create a fruitful financial situation for you where you don't really have to worry about money anymore, right? So I would think that's probably why a good majority of you watching this video right now are involved in network marketing, because you want to make more money and create a better lifestyle and a better future for yourself. So having said that, if I'm right, then let's talk about that for just a second. So the difference between, and I'm not going to give you investment advice or financial advice because I'm not a certified financial planner. It's not my thing. I'm an entrepreneur and I've been self-employed for a very long time, and I know what it's like to be self-reliant and not have a job and be totally dependent upon my work ethic and ability to show up every day and you know, what do I do with that money that's earned, and where is it being put? Is it all being spent? Is it being invested, and so on? And the difference between rich people, wealthy people, and individuals that are not is they certainly do a lot of things differently. One of the most important things that they do differently, and I'm pretty sure I've posted specifically on this subject before, and that is they pay themselves first. So what broke people do is they pay everybody else first. They pay their bills, they pay their this, they pay this off and that off, and they, in many cases, they never pay themselves. And they get to the end of the money and they're like, well, I don't have any money left to pay myself, so I got to keep on working. It's like this month-to-month mentality thing, or month-to-month situation thing for them. And the only way for you to really become financially independent is to not be dependent on the next month check coming in, that you have taken earnings from previous checks and put those earnings someplace else other than in someone else's pocket. One of the best books that was ever turned on to me is a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. I suggest that you do read it if you've not read it yet. Here's something that's rampant in network marketing, and I get it. I mean, here's the thing. Somebody gets involved in network marketing, they haven't made any money, they got crappy carpet, and haven't changed the carpet for 20 years, they got a 15-year-old television, they got an old used car, and they're like, man, I got to upgrade this stuff. I get it. I did all the same thing myself. I got a new car, I got a better house, I got some better clothes, I got this and that, and upgrade it. You know, that's cool. But then sometimes the upgrading never stops, and they keep upgrading, and it's like, I got to have this. And unfortunately with this business, and I hate it, is the peacocking. Like, I got to show my feathers, you know, and like show you how much money I have. It's like, let me show it off. Let me show you my fancy cars and my boats and all the things that I've wasted my money on. And now here's the thing. There are people, and I know some very smart financial people in this business. You know, for example, Brian Carruthers, a very good friend of mine, and who he just wrote a great book about. And I don't have the book in front of me. I should have prepared it for this blog post, but I'll write about it in the actual post. He's very smart with his money. He's been a very successful network marketer. He's got a couple of really nice cars, and you know, and then he's out there teaching people about being smart with their money. And I remember him talking about this in the new training that he put together, where he's talking about how, well, Brian, you're driving this Ferrari. Well, yeah, the Ferrari was like not even a month's income. You know, other people out there buying a Ferrari, and it's like they're 2 years of income. And they're buying the Ferrari to try to show off how much money they make when they don't really have any money. And one of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of people make is because their spending continues to accelerate and never actually stops. Here's the challenge. Here's the problem. I don't care what company you're in. I don't care how good things are going. It's going to rain on you, okay? No, I'm not doom and gloom. No, I'm not negative at all. The reality is there are seasons in life. And there will be a season in your life, if you haven't yet had it, where it sprinkles on you, or it may pour torrentially on you. And when that happens, when the storm of life occurs, if you're not ready for it, like that whole phrase, you've heard it as a little kid, save for a rainy day. When it starts to pour and you don't have anything, your check is at 50 grand a month and drops to virtually nothing, or the company goes out of business, but you've got these expenses, you're going to sit there and try to liquidate all the stuff that you can't even liquidate. And I've seen it. I've had many friends, in fact, that had all this stuff, and they were living large. In fact, they were living so large, they were living too large, where when the you know what hit the fan, they literally had to liquidate everything. And it's sad. Rather than going, hey, like I had a company, for example, that went out of business on me one time, and because I was smart with my money early, and I've never really overextended myself, I had the money when the income wasn't there. So over a period of time, as I had to recreate a new income, I went through about 80 grand in savings, but I had the 80 grand in savings. I didn't have to liquidate anything. I didn't have to even adjust my lifestyle during that period of time. So pay yourself first. And if you're like, well, Todd, I can't. I don't have any money. Well, then you need to change your lifestyle and change your habits so that you can. So, like people go, I can't save any money. Well, if you can't save any money, you need to live in a smaller place. You need to spend less money. You need to budget better. You need to change your situation so that you can pay yourself first. So, whatever that is, I would go read that book, The Richest Man in Babylon. Minimum of 10% that goes away without, it goes to you first before anybody else is paid, is a beautiful habit to be in. And it really needs to start early. And here's the thing, if you're 40, if you're 50, if you're getting on a little bit older, then it needs to happen now. And it needs to happen in larger percentages if you're going to create a situation for yourself as you move into retirement where you've got enough money socked away and earning interest on whatever you happen to be investing that in. So just be smart, okay? I think it's cool when you start making more money and you can upgrade your life and get a nicer house, live in a nicer neighborhood and all of that. But just be really careful. And even while you're upgrading, make sure that while you're upgrading, you're paying yourself first before you buy the boat, before you buy this, before you buy anything else. It's not putting the stuff over there, the money over there, so I can buy the boat. That's like you're putting the money over there. That's your money, not the boat's money. That's not the boat company's money. So you just don't want to be in that situation where having to liquidate stuff. It's unfortunate. I've seen it. It's like rampant in this business because of the peacocking, a lot of the peacocking effect where people have got to show their money, and make it look like they're making a bunch of money, which I think is kind of silly. Why we as an industry, as a profession, feel like we have to prove it to people that we're making money. The smart way to wealth is being the person that's driving the car that's paid for in cash that isn't the super fancy car, and you live in kind of a normal, regular house. And I got some friends that make millions of dollars that live in 1,500 square foot homes. They could afford a huge house, but they're still living in this. In fact, my financial advisor, the guy I've been investing with him for 26 years, is living in the same house that he's been living in since he's the only house he's ever owned. He's a multimillionaire, and he's probably a multimillionaire because of the kind of habits like living in the same house for the last 26 years. So anyhow, I know a little longer video than I typically do, but well worth the time and you looking at your situation and making sure that you're paying yourself first. That's really, really important. I appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you on another video.